trench coat, sunglasses at night, brooding personality.
Gamma signatures and unstable isotopes aren't really in my wheelhouse, so we'll be patting.
Probably can scratch abandoned off the description of this place. You seeing this, Bruce? Getting all sorts of weird down there.
Johann Fenhoff. That hack. I heard he was dead. Well, hoped is perhaps the more accurate description.
Calls himself Faustus now. Hydra's resident mad scientist.
Not just Hydras. Liliths. That's magic coming from those crates. I can feel it.
Yeah? How about gamma radiation? You feeling that too? Because that's some pretty evil-looking Hydra tech down there.
Gamma and magic.
I need you to use your science brain on this one, Bruce.
We need to approach this situation carefully. Combining those energies is an explosive proposition at best. Think scalpel, not hammer. Stealth, not strength.
Yeah, I don't do stealth.
Kill them.
I always considered Faustus a bit of a crackpot, but his fundamental science must be sound. The device would have surely exploded otherwise after your display, Carol.
Learned it by watching you, Bruce.
I'm still in my prime. Ought to make things interesting. It's on! These fanatics are always the same.
No mercy for the servants of Lilith.
Never seen that before.
You've had this coming.
That is one way of making your presence known.
By her command!
I'll get you for that. We've got company.
I've never been one to buy into the science of magic, but the data I'm seeing is hard to ignore. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio.
You know you're talking to a vampire, an alien hybrid, and a resurrected demon hunter, right?
Hail that. Weak, even for Hydra. You are lucky to still be breathing.
Time's up for these chumps.
You do not have to show off for me, Blade.
Awaiting reinforcements.
Is it possible he somehow stabilized the rate of decay within the particles themselves? How else could he be achieving such a high yield?
I don't know, Bruce. Taking out the bad guys.
It is all coming back to me. I am impressed.
Go, now, quickly!
Let's go, go, go!
The perfect opportunity to field test Mother's device. Get her!
For the record, Bruce, I did not smash that thing.
Noted, Carol. Perhaps you might direct all that energy towards your newfound adversaries instead. And the mysterious cargo they're attempting to escape with?
Let's do it!
Now that was something.
Great time. Getting better every day.
Watch this.
They cannot possibly match your strength.
Never surrender.
Keep trying. Maybe you'll get lucky.
Maybe you should try something new.
Regroup and await reinforcements. We are immovable.
Preliminary analysis of the blast confirms high levels of gamma and various unknown energies.
Unknown to you, there is dark magic at work here. We must ensure Hydra escape. truly your best? Hydra standards have fallen a great deal.
I'm on it.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
One less thing to worry about. Approximately 16,342 more to go. I suggest starting with the remaining Hydra forces in your vicinity.
Luckily, I'm a glutton for punishment.
Payback's gonna be fun.
Let's see how tough you are.
Looks like we're winning.
The light will heal you.
Arigato.
You had your chance, Joseph.
Nice move. Not bad.
I've been waiting.
Lilith will not be pleased with your efforts.
Ah, these delays can be quite frustrating. Infuriating, even. I suppose by now I'd normally be tromping through the warehouse, hurling the puny truck at the moon.
Don't worry, Bruce. I've got a pair of torn purple pants with your name on them.
Leave some for the rest of us.
Here it comes.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
Come get it. Get some. And I thought Man-Thing was ugly. Should get the blood pumping.
Move back!
That was your one chance.
We're on top of it.
Held.
This
We've done it!
What is this thing?
Bad guy crate, full of bad guy stuff.
I know those symbols from the time of the first hunt. That glyph means barrier, that one almighty. Something, something, gods and demons.
So a spooky bad guy crate.
Very spooky. Designed to contain powerful magic. Be careful.
Got it. Don't cross the streams.
Never do. How about we get this thing back to the Abbey and see for ourselves? Nice job out there, kid. I mean, I didn't get Hydra bombed until my 10th run with the Avengers.
Kid, you do know that I'm a good 3 centuries older than you, right?
Then you've got a lot of catching up to do.
Okay, Abbey tournament tonight.
Sure about that? Last one got a little heated.
The Eternal Spirits of Vengeance take technical fouls very seriously, especially in the fourth quarter.
Forget it. Tonight is movie night.
It is always movie night.
Exactly.
Wow, out of jail again? Who made this game? Wilson Fisk?
Well, if parking is free, clearly no one from Manhattan.
You know what they say? All work and no play is how we ended up with Ultron. Come on. You should hang out.
I should rest. Another time. Let me see. How did this work again?
Good. You answered. Getting hard to keep finding ways to say open door around here. And despite what Robbie says, I don't think the staff of One speaks High Elven. Blood magic stuff. Cool room. Spacious. Aw, is that bed for Charlie?
Yes.
So, if you're planning on giving me some sort of brooding code of the stoic warrior speech, I'm immune. Just ask later magic. From what I just saw out there, whatever crazy ancient living weapon stuff Caretaker put you through back in the day did a real number on you. We got a lot of work to do.
Work?
Yeah, talking to people, making friends, basic human stuff. Or quasi-human. You're a Midnight Sun now. One of us.
Nico, I was just Hydra bombed. I could use some rest.
You and me both. Been bad dreams every night for me lately. I, keep seeing Wanda. She... Never mind.
I will meet you outside.
Yes! I'll go nuke us some popcorn and you pick out a movie. Oh, and it may just be the two of us. The others went outside, needed to cool off. Really need to hang a fan over that forge. Or maybe crack open the casket of ancient wonders a little? These missions can't be good for Caretaker's blood pressure. That's twice now her precious hunter has almost gotten smacked by Hydra.
Intriguing. What is this? Curious.
I'm kind of getting the impression Doctor Strange is a little bit of a whore. Something tells me you don't have a favorite movie. Well, we can start you out with one of my favorites. It's cool, I can wait. I know this entire situation's gotta suck for you. Not just the whole resurrected, chosen one thing. I get why facing Lilith won't be easy. I was 15 when I found out my mother was capital E evil.
Sorry to hear you went through that.
It was bad, but I learned to deal with it. It's the only way forward, right? Look, I'm glad my mother is gone, but yeah, at times I just want to hear her voice again. Some days I'd give anything to make that happen. Makes me hate her even more.
I did not realize you carried such pain.
I just learned to bury it. You think I can afford a therapist on a superhero salary? I'm kidding. We don't get paid for this. Enough about our crappy parents. You missed out on decades of good movies. It's my solemn duty to fill this knowledge gap with the best examples I can provide. So, the first thing you need to know, the glowing briefcase is a metaphor. Can we do it again? So, what did you think of the movie?
I understood more than I should.
How? You've been dead for 3 centuries.
I am not so sure I was dead. Not exactly. I recall a deep slumber, not the void. I dreamt.
Of what?
Of everything. Much of this world is familiar to me. I know it from my dreams.
That's not creepy at all. So, do you know everything?
No, Think of it like this. I know what a car is, but I have no idea how to drive.
You're up to date, but not omniscient. Then I'm guessing you don't know much about me.
Just what you shared earlier.
You're always free to ask. Like, what's the Staff of One? Or who were the Runaways?
I had some questions about...
Sure. But first, the basics. The Staff of One interprets words or phrases as spells, but it can only cast a spell once. No repeats.
Can you tell me how the Staff of One functions?
It's, blood magic, so my own blood is required to summon it.
What about the words you speak?
They come true. Kind of, and not always the way I expect.
I had some...
The No, we were normal kids. We saw each other once a year when our parents got together. First, our parents were supervillains who sacrificed children to evil gods. Second, each of us had some sort of powerful birthright. Our parents wanted us to follow in their...
What did...
We ran, but eventually we realized only the 6 of us could stop our parents and their dark gods, so we faced them and stopped them from destroying reality as we know it. You know, typical kid stuff.
Who was...
At first, Chase with his mad science gear, Molly, our pint-sized powerhouse, Carolina, the solar-powered sweetheart. Gert had a telepathic link to Old Lace, a genetically engineered Deinonychus from the 87th century. I handled the blood magic, though I didn't understand. And Alex... Molly attends Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. Carolina left Earth to marry alien nobility. After Gert passed, Chase and I had a falling out. The As for Alex, he chose his side, and it wasn't ours. He died with our...
If each magical effect...
Not really. I only use the staff's power when I truly need it. The rest of the time, like, you know, good timing. Looks like Caretaker wants to speak with you.
I'm glad to see you're using your free time productively. Looks like you're finding your way around. Maybe.
I was planning on getting some...
Things are moving at a frantic pace. For all we know, I'll be landing a jet on the roof with Mr. Not quite like it was in the good...
I remember many sleepless nights and blood-soaked...
I'll give you that. But there were times back then.
Agatha?
I am sorry. I should have had this talk with you much sooner.
What?
Fierce, or maybe just kind to a fault.
You do not have...
Thank you. And more so than it. Agatha died in an accident caused by her protege, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. The Midnight Sun's latest recruit. Wanda's abilities were growing. Too quickly for my liking. Agatha was determined to help her control them.
Agatha was...
Yes, incinerated in an instant. Not even ash to remember her by. The others were heartbroken, as was I. So I did what needed to be done. I know the others still harbor a great deal of resentment.
I do not envy you.
It's my job to make tough calls. I'm not... Wanda. I conjured a small shrine to Agatha's memory. You should... Good night.
Agatha?
You always did have the most remarkable eyes, just like your mother. Maybe that's why you're the first.
The first?
To commune with the spirits of...
Is this a trick of some kind?
No, it's no trick, dear. You're just the first to see me. I actually find it quite liberating.
You are...
Always straight to the heart of things.
You seem strangely at ease.
After 1,000 years of living.
And what have you been doing?
Meet me by the cave just over...
The Blood Gate? Caretaker...
I think we can safely lift the veil on a few more of our secrets. This ominous-looking portal is known as a Blood Gate, and you're the only one among us who can pass through it.
Blood Gate? Caretaker's handiwork?
Yes, Sarah got a little overprotective after the accident with Wanda. It's become something of a habit for her.
I have noticed that.
What lies beyond is meant for you, as much as it ever was for her. Assuming you're up to the challenge, that is.
You know I am.
I do. But it's always polite to ask.
That is something.
There was a time when the Blood stood within these celestial halls to prove their worth. This particular arena belongs to a goddess who often favored Sarah, Ashtur.
Sarah? Caretaker was here?
Nothing ever comes easy, dear. The Elder Gods felt their descendants needed to earn their blessings, which is why they created these trials to begin with.
Trials? I should have known.
This entire realm exists for that purpose. Trial by combat, with no chance of outside interference. Yes, but I may have found a loophole they never considered. Why don't you try summoning your four-legged friend?
Charlie?
The old gods are responsible for a great many creations, including your faithful companion. I think even they tend to forget that. Good luck, dear. As the goddess of balance and order, Ashtur was sometimes called the Giver of Justice. You can expect a fair fight, or at least her.
You were too weak for this fight. Your mother abandons you. Your time has come. Feel my call. I am impressed.
Compared to our girl, these hellhounds are nothing but mindless beasts. Don't hesitate to strike.
Once again, Lilith's servants fall. I saw a move like that once, centuries ago. They cannot possibly match your strength.
You can imagine why Sarah was so fond of Ashtur. If I didn't know better, I would say she modeled her role as caretaker.
Return to your mother.
Good girl, Charlie. Oh, and you too, Hunter. You finished this trial, but don't worry. The other gods are waiting. To be wary of this place. But it's your birthright, and I think after everything you've been through, you can handle it now. The two of you, as well as your mother, are the last of your kind, the Blood. Your lineage follows an unbroken line to the old gods themselves. And if you call upon them, you might just find they're actually listening. They won't work miracles for you, but their blessings can be quite useful in the right circumstance. Why don't you ask the goddess Ashtor for her aid in dealing with that barrier over there?
Blessings of the goddess. The goddess must be busy. Must not be her purview. The gods are fickle. The goddess disagrees.
After all this time, it's still just as beautiful as the first time I laid eyes on it. It's hard to believe Lilith and Caretaker brought this place all the way from Transia. Of course, it was no coincidence that they wound up so close to Salem. This area is particularly attuned to the forces of magic. That's why the Elder God's influence was so prevalent here. And why our sanctuary here has remained all but impregnable over the centuries. And now I'm rambling on like an old sorcerer supreme. Why don't you come see me in the library tomorrow night? Oh, and let's keep this just between the two of us for now. I'm afraid Sarah, Caretaker, isn't ready to see me yet. Good night, Hunter.
Good girl, Charlie.
Is this thing on? Hunter, please come to the forge at your earliest convenience. Again, that's Hunter to the forge. Thank you. Strange out.
See, Hunter, you're so much more than a weapon. You're fun.
Hunter, just in time. His royal weirdness and I were deciding what to do with that nasty little Hydra gift box you found.
Ah, yes. The spooky crate.
The very one. Though it is far from any mere container, I assure you. I am detecting powerful emanations from inside. If this is a sign of what Hydra is after, I fear we are all in grave danger.
My offer still stands. I could fly the thing up and nuke it in orbit. Only way to be sure.
Or we could open it, Tony, and perhaps use the mystical energies I sense inside to our advantage.
Yeah, I heard a "we" in there. Green goopy gamma serums are one thing. I'm not opening boxes full of mummy curses.
You don't have to. Hunter, if you'll allow me.
Your second funeral, boss.
If Hydra is now working to acquire mystical antiquities, then our situation is very dire indeed.
And you think you can...
Tony has one of the greatest scientific minds that I've ever seen. I, of course, have I have no doubt that we can find a way to research what... I just wonder what it could be.
I hope the two...
As I said, his discomfort with the...
But
Right now, with the sanctum out of my reach, I'm fighting with one hand tied behind my... If I can find items to research, I can give the Midnight Sun.
I look forward.
Me too, Hunter. Step up to the anvil, Hunter. It doesn't bite.
More the merrier, right? Use all the help we can get.
Are there any curses I should be aware of? By the hoary hosts of Hoggoth, I can hardly believe it.
What? Is it worse than you expected?
No, it's totally unexpected. It's the Eternity Dagger. This was in a place of honor in my bedchamber in the Sanctum for years. The Sanctum Sanctorum is no common domicile to be burglared. These barbarians have no idea what they possessed.
Or perhaps they did. Maybe these artifacts are exactly what Faustus and my mother were after to begin with.
A distressing thought. If they had my dagger, then who knows what others of my priceless possessions have passed through their greedy fingers. The Cube of Nothingness. The Tear of Profia, and most worrisome of all.
Your toothbrush? You, had a little coffee thing going on this morning with your breath?
Oh, Tony.
Sorry. Doc's right, Hunter. I drank 3 glasses of holy water just to walk through the Sanctum's front door. Place is like a doomsday vault for all sorts of supernatural nastiness. We need to put a lid on this mess. Pronto.
I believe Carol is already working on it.
At last. Now that this artifact has been returned to its proper owner, we shall see if we can make use of the mystic forces contained within. These were relatively common at one point in history.
All right, let's get started, Dr. Spooky. Hey, Hunter. This never gets old. What do you think?
We're not quite finished yet.
I'm here if you need me.
Hey, Hunter, got a sec to spare?
You moving into the Forge, Hunter? You've been here more in the Forge is... speaking of...
You are bonded.
Damn, you're good!
You are not the first spirit of vengeance to join the Midnight Sun.
Oh, man. Sometimes when I have crap to work through, I like to get my blood pumping. That's what I call my spirit of vengeance. His real name is something you'd see written on a symbol, but with like 12 apostles. Also, he's not allowed inside after the incident with Caretaker.
It would be my honor.
He's the guy with the flaming metal
Intriguing. What is this?
Hunter, ready to get your burn on? I'm talking training with Ghost Rider.
Like playing with fire, huh?
Maybe you should be the speaker.
No pain, no gain.
Hunter, report to the war room. We've got a mission.
All right then. Crazy world you woke up to, Hunter. Hydra running around causing trouble, apocalypse prophecy.
It is indeed.
And that op against Faustus. The way Captain Marvel just...
That bomb?
Yeah, but I don't think she sees it that way. She just... smart, quick-witted, fearless.
And do you find all of your allies?
Yes. No. Wait.
You are not used to expressing feelings.
I have no idea what you're talking about. And if I did, this ain't my...
Of course it is not.
Yeah. Well, now that that's settled, and... later.
You called for me, Captain?
Keep telling ya, Carol works too, but yeah, I did. Now that Tony's finally starting to get a handle on his gremlin problem, I've been able to put got a lead on some particularly gnarly Hydra operations happening in the city. But we need to move fast if we want to
Then let us get going.
My thoughts exactly. There's just one problem, though. We seem to have...
Lost?
Well, I updated her on the mission. She said something I can only assume to be a prolific swear word in Russian and disappeared. Literally. And
there is no passage to New York.
Now you see my...
Do not worry, Captain. I will...
There's that can-do, get-it-done, old-timey prophesied savior of humanity attitude I was hoping to see today. Still.
Then I...
Yes.